We're doing it, people. We have to go up against Sparky for this one.
It's a game, so remember to have fun.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, I made one tweak to the deck entirely. I used to have 4 copies of Slip Out the Back. I have 3 copies now. I put in 1 copy of Fading Hope. Just to deal with things like the tree token from Besiege You to get rid of it in an easier way. Okay, we're getting some mana. We might as well kill him now.
Aww.
And that's all we're gonna do. Okay, for our next trick, we're gonna blitz Jaxus the Troublemaker.
Ooh, cool.
Yes, it is cool. We're going to attack with it. And since we blitzed, it's supposed to sacrifice itself at the end of the turn, but we're going to slip it out the back and watch what happens. Phases out. You don't have to sacrifice it. We also didn't get our card drawn, but we will when it dies. Because you see here, as soon as you do the blitz effect, it says when this permanent is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So that's something that gets added to the card digitally after you cast the blitz mechanic. But by phasing it out, we interrupted the sacrifice portion because it only has to sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. It doesn't repeat. But the instructions to have the permanent go into the graveyard and draw a card for the copy after, that sticks. So if you want to have some fun with Slip Out the Back and blitz cards, that's a way to cast it for cheap. You know, we only saved 1 mana, right? But we saved 1 mana, and we put a counter on it. Just wanted to point out the fun things you can do. Don't know if they designed things that way or not. Okay, the reason we're here, though, is every time I tried to pull out a particular combo, everybody would quit on me.
Hey, what's that?
Sparky won't quit. So we're going to go until we get Vesuvian Duplimancy out and get Errant Street Artist out and actually use them together. And I'm going to pass the turn and just build up some lands here so that I have extra cards in case I need to kill something bigger for Fires of Victory. That gets cancelled because of Jin-Gitaxias. The first instant sorcery or artifact gets destroyed each time.
Wow, that was wicked.
And I've got maybe 7 search spells in here, so if we don't get one of the cards we want soon, we might get a search spell and go look for it. Yeah, we had a nightmare for the entire time. Oh, let me go thin out the deck and get some lands out, though. Sure, we'll take an island. Oh, that was our search card next. Figures. Ooh, Savage Gorger. I think we're going to have to kill him. Alright, we will kick Fires of Victory so we get to draw a card as well. It gets duplicated because of Jin-Gitaxias, so we might as well knock out somebody. And Grizzly Sigil. Sure. Although that only does 1 point of damage, but it gives us a life point.
Oh.
Ooh, Illicit Shipment. Excellent. Okay, so we'll play that. And we'll play this card. And we will attack with Diabolus so we get a little devil out. And with Jin Gitaxias, we can already copy spells. Oh, that does me a favor. That gets rid of all the defense. Oh good, now we can just go drawing cards. Alright, let's speed this up a little. Can we move forward? Do we have 4? No. Okay. Next. Nope, he stops that. Nodule, sure. And let's go ahead and get our little red devil back. And we'll go ahead and draw one more card. And we'll end the turn. And we stop that again. Sparky doesn't learn about Jin Gitaxias' ability. I don't think Sparky reads the cards. Sparky's not quite that advanced. Okay. Let's go get some stuff. Twinferno. Copy our next spell. It gets copied automatically from Jin Gitaxias. We don't want to cast anything from Arcane Bombardment. We want to cast Illicit Shipment. And we're going to go get 2 spells.
Huh?
We're going to go get Vesuvian Duplimancy.
Whoa!
We're going to go get Errant Street Artist. And let's go get another Illicit Shipment. Okay. Put this down, and we'll be ready to go next turn. Does Fading Hope work with Vesuvian Duplimancy? Let's test it out real quick. It should. Do that. We don't care about the land right now. Put down the Duplimancy. We have our combo, folks. And this is usually when my opponent always quit, when we got that far. Okay, so we cast Fading Hope on Errant Street Artist. Jin Gitaxias copies it. We're going to target the creature. But we're also going to copy one of these spells. Which one was copied? We got to copy the copy of the copy. That one? It's not letting us do anything. Okay, never mind. We'll cancel that. No. Ah, Illicit Shipment. Don't want to cast those. Now, thanks to Arcane Bombardment, we can go search out all sorts of stuff. Let's go get another Duplimancy. We're really going to have fun with this. Okay, so we've got the duplicate we made of Errant Street Artist, and we have the original that we can bring back down. Perfect. Ooh, Demonic Bargain. Okay, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to attack with the jaw. We're going to pay 2. do out the next ones. No damage, no blockers. Okay. So we can copy the next spell we do. And Jingataxis is going to copy it already. So we'll copy it. We have all these different things take place. And we're going to target a spell that we copy that wasn't cast. And we're going to do that again. Let's go look. The illicit shipment, the copy. Where are you? There. Now, how come it doesn't let us do it again? That is... yeah, there we go. It lets us do it in that view. Okay. I just couldn't do it when we did it. Okay, so we're going to search for... how many searches do we get here? We got 6 triggers, and 3 of them are searches. Okay, let's go get one more illicit shipment. Let's go get... no, we've got enough duplomacies. Let's go get a shore up. And let's go get another shore up. Oh, another one. Okay. Well, we'll go get another duplomacy then. Cast any number of these copies without paying their mana costs. Twinferno. The next one gets doubled.
You're going to have to teach me that one.
With Arcane Bombardment, we can keep searching for that stuff. Okay, so we'll get one of these just for the heck of it. And I guess an Obnixilis. Okay, how many cards is that? 10? Okay, so we don't accidentally win with Triska Decaphile's alternate win condition. Yeah, that's not a smart move. Alright. We now have 3 Vesuvan Duplomancies. We're going to give Hexproof to the Street Artist. And Duplomancy is going to copy her 3 times. We're going to do it to the copy.
Wow, that was wicked.
It was, wasn't it? Okay. Hang on. Is it going to let us copy any of that? Or did we burn through all of our extra mana? Alright, I guess we got to just go search for our stuff. Search for card. Search for card. Look at all that stuff we got.
Hey, what's that?
No attacks. An errant street artist. How about that? Nope, that'd be a legendary. We don't need 2 legendaries. These are all copies from Vesuvan Diplomancy. They don't bother us. Okay, so let's just fill the board with stuff.
For the sake of all
Casualty.
Innistrad, my will must be obeyed.
Sacrifice that creature. Now, copy the copy of the spell. copy the copy of the spell. Copy. Do we have enough? I ran out of mana. Okay, so we copied it twice.
After 1,000 years, finally, a new conquest.
Is that enough Obnixiluses for you? Let's see what else we can get out of this deck. A land, sure, why not?
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
And if we'd had a little bit more land out, we could have made even more copies of Obnixilis. But we got a couple bonus out of them. So here's the whole deal. You use Vesuvan Duplimancy to get extra copies, non-legendary, of the Street Artist. We won't use anything for that. And we won't use anything for that this time around. And then whenever we make copies of something, we can have fun. Decline to reveal it.
My ways are not for the weak. Search the top 5 cards of your library. We're going to copy it with Jin-Gitaxias. And now, we can take the copy from Jin-Gitaxias, and we can copy it as much as we want. We can do one more without accidentally winning. That one. Alright. We want... Nudge up. We want... Fires of Victory. We want Sulkanar. We want Vampire's Vengeance. And we want Brass Knuckles. And Jaya. Skip those. Skip those. And Eaten Alive. And now we can kill them 10 different ways from Sunday. Let's do this. We're going to sacrifice a creature. We're going to do Eaten Alive. Auto. Oh, there we go. We'll sacrifice that one. Get some copies going. Does 1 damage to any target. And we want to target that one for the copy. And then we want to use one of Aaron's Street Artists to copy that spell and go get the third one.
Aww.
Arcane Substitution or Arcane Bombardment is just extra stuff at this point. Reveal the card, because that'll give us 14 in our hand.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
How many brass knuckles do we want? Let's go ahead. Oh, we don't have a nudge all out yet. Okay, brass knuckles comes with a copy, plus Jin-Gitaxias has a copy. So we can copy a couple of different copies. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of 2. How many cards we got? 12? Okay, we'll end it there. Is there anything else that we can copy that we haven't copied yet? I think we did pretty good. Alright. So, what do we want to do? We can equip Najal. Equip Jin-Gitaxias. Or we could just kill him with Obnixilis, whatever. We'll just go and attack with all for now.
Congratulations. You've done it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're the only one that would sit through that, Sparky. Okay, so running through it, the whole deck is made around the idea of copying things. Okay, we've got Jaya for her 8th emblem. Whenever you copy an instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. We've got Twinfernos that use it to copy stuff. We've got Najal that used to copy instants and sorceries. And we got Jin-Gitaxias, which can copy instant sorceries or artifacts. In the meantime, we've got spells that call for copies themselves, like Brass Knuckles. When you cast a spell, you copy it. All of these different ways of copying things gives us the ability so that we put Vesuvian Duplimancy out first. Then we put out Errant Street Artist. And then we do stuff like, cast little 1-mana spells on Errant Street Artist until we have duplicates of it. And then anytime we want to copy a spell, we just make sure we have 2 mana free. One has to be blue, 1 colorless. And as long as we have enough mana, we can make just about any number of copies that we want of anything. So instead of 2 copies of Brass Knuckles, we got 6. Instead of 1 copy of Obnixilis, we got 3 copies. And all ended up being non-legendary. That kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff you can do. When we cast the Eaten Alive, instead of casting 1 copy, we ended up casting 3. We could have cast more, but we only had 3 opponents that we had to worry about for opponents' characters there. So once it gets going, you can do all sorts of neat jank with it. We could cast Fires of Victory a lot of times and keep drawing copies from that. We could find a way to copy Demonic Bargain and exile 13 cards a number of times and maybe deck ourselves. But it's a really fun deck. So the deck list is there. Go ahead and copy it. What you're going to do is you're going to run into... Let's go ahead and leave the match, and I'll go ahead and pull up the deck itself. It's not a competitive deck. Okay, you're going to have cases where you only get 2 lands, and then they don't do you any land for 3 or 4 turns in a row. Or you'll end up with 3 or 4 lands at the beginning, and within the first 6 or 7 turns, they'll deal you 5 lands in a row. That happens to me. They'll put you up against a werewolves deck all the time, no matter how fast the werewolves are going to be. Or they'll give you like 2 or 3 copies of Twinferno in your opening draw. But despite all of those things, we do run into occasions where we'll play 1 card in our opponent's scoops. And we'll run into occasions where we actually win in 4 or 5 turns, and that we actually have really quick wins. But all this time, what we've been trying to do for this week-long saga is we were just trying to show that we could use Vesuvian Duplimancy to duplicate Errant Street Artist and then use the multiple copies of Errant Street Artist to make multiple copies of all this other stuff that we have in our deck. And we can use that to our advantage to do any number of things. We can use it to fuel multiple copies of Arcane Bombardment to completely overwhelm our opponent. We can use it to cast 5 search cards instead of 1 in one turn and go specifically cherry pick anything that we would want to take out our enemy. Imagine if we copied Burn Down the House a number of times and just got tons of devils out. Or we could just make all sorts of different brass knuckles and give every creature that we have double strike. The possibilities are endless. So, and that's why it's kind of fun for me to keep coming back to this deck and playing around with it more. Is just the fact is, once you get the proper setup, it's fun to make as many copies of something as you want to. Plus, it was here that I found out the little trick with Jaxus with the Blitz with slipping out the back to negate the sacrifice part. So you can bet I'm going to play around with that in a red-black Blitz deck or something real soon. But yeah, you know, our opponents. The other thing that happens is if you want to just sort of string out your opponent so you can get the combo online, specific aspect that you want to go. Sometimes they wait until the very last second and then they scoop. And that can be frustrating on occasion because they might hang out with you for 5 or 6 turns, and then as soon as you're about to pop off the combo, then they're like, oh no, I'm gone, I'm done. And it didn't quite get there because there was more to it. They just didn't know, they didn't get to see. So there's a lot. Sometimes when you're on the receiving end of something and you know they're going to do something really impressive, it's worth it to stick around just out of curiosity's sake to see if it's a combo you know and you've been around for forever. That's fine. But this is not a combo that people are using, generally speaking, okay? There just aren't that many people you're going to come across that are using Errant Street Artist, for starters, let alone trying to combine them with Vesuvan Duplimancy. There may be 2 or 3 of us out there in the world of Magic that are doing it, but there aren't a lot of us. So we'll leave it there. That ends the original art saga. I probably will continue to use Errant Street Artist from time to time, and I probably will use Vesuvan Duplimancy in other decks, but I probably won't use them in the same deck quite the same way again. This is the only deck that I'll make that has probably both of them together. But it was fun for me. Remember to like and subscribe if you had fun. Signing off, this has been Travis from Tpull's Corner. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.